What's up, people? It's Jamie. We are getting ready to prepare batch number 2 to our co-packer with what is hopefully our final recipe for the Squizito. Prepped all the ingredients over here. These are ready to go. So all we need to do is assemble it. I got bottles, jars in here boiling for a half an hour to prep them for shipping off. And so let's get started. Right now it is 12:17 p.m. just for reference. The one trick to this that I need to do is my olive oil. I need to measure. That is to ensure that we don't put too much in up front because we're putting some in the back end. So let's see. We're at 389 grams, we'll call it. We are looking for 150 grams. So that's 150 plus 90 is 240 I'm looking for left. So let's see. 315, 270, 255, 247, 242. 241. 240. All right. So our olive oil is heating up. Next thing we do here is add our onions. I have 450 grams of onions here, which is like roughly an onion and a half if they're large, two medium-sized onions. So I'm going to pop these in, get them going. Tried to escape. So these are pretty roughly chopped because I feel like we get a little bit more flavor when they're bigger. Less moisture comes out right away because when you really mash them, they're wet when you put them in. So this gives them a chance to caramelize a little bit more, I feel like. I'm going to increase the heat on this bad boy. Get them going for a few minutes. 12:20 right now. Still with me? Are you still with me? Come on, baby. Here we go. All right, these are starting to get soft. So I'm going to go get my garlic. I've got 105 grams of garlic. 1221. 105 grams of garlic going in. Go, garlic, go. Give that a stir. I'm going to cook these for a bit. I would say I'm going to cook these for 5 or 6 minutes, but I get impatient, so I'm going to try not to. I'm doing time lapse here because, not time lapse, I'm doing full time because I want to make sure that I capture the length of the cooking process once and for all. So let's let these bad boys cook for a bit. What I will do, I'm not going to add my salt and pepper yet because I don't want to extract so much liquid out of these onions until they have a chance to cook a little bit more. But I will throw in my oregano, which is a teaspoon and a half, excuse me, of oregano. Teaspoon and a half of oregano going in. Boom. And hopefully, this will get fragrant and release some of the oils in the oregano so that that little bit, teaspoon and a half for 3 cans, will be good to go. So now I'm going to turn this down to medium heat, about 5 on the stove. It was at 8. Let these cook for another couple minutes, and in the meantime, I'm going to run away and grab my tomatoes. All right. So our onions are getting soft. Our garlic is getting soft. Definitely releasing liquids. Oh, hello, Mr. Gimbal. What's up with you? Why are you acting so strange? Let these cook some more. Want that garlic to soften. It's not quite soft yet. Got about 15 minutes left on my sterilization of our jars to ship off to our co-packer. Turn this back up to about 7 on the stove right now, just to get it going. Probably belongs somewhere around 6 for the duration, would be my guess. Squizito, I love you so much, I don't know what I'm gonna do. If I don't see you soon, I'm gonna die. Alright, these onions are pretty soft. I'm gonna throw in my salt and my pepper, 10 grams salt, 1.5 grams of pepper. Boom, that's it. Stir this around a bit. Let the pepper bloom a little bit in that oil. And you know what? The garlic, I wouldn't call it golden, but it's getting some color here. See, we got a little color on some of this garlic. Those onions really cook down. Alright, so looks like it's about time for our tomatoes. Alright, can number 1 of tomatoes. Can number 2 of tomatoes. And I see a basil leaf in there. I'm going to leave that out because we're putting our own basil in. And can number 3. And again, I see the basil in the can. I'm going to leave it in there. And I don't think that first can had any had the basil in it either. All right, so these are in, baby. we're cooking like Betty Crocker now. I'm going to grab my masher over there. Mash these guys up. Just get them squishy. We are going to do the 1231. We are going to do the immersion blender at the end of this process in order to make it silky smooth for squeezability. But right now I just want to get these mashed so that the juices are released and so that it cooks evenly. And at this point, I'm still at about 7 on the stove. I'm still mashing like a maniac. I'm going to drop that to 5 as soon as I'm done mashing. Get it up to a simmer. Turn it down. There really isn't as much sauce in here as you would think for 3 cans. All right, let's take a look. Here we go. That's what it looks like at 1232. Shiny and delicious. Now we're going to cook this 1232, 1233. If we cook this for a half hour, we're looking at 103. So I do believe, since that's all we're doing for the time being, I'm going to pause you, sons of bitches. All right, I put the basil in about 1250, tore it up and put it in. There was a video there that probably didn't happen. So tore the basil up, 1250, threw it in so that it could steep in the sauce for about 15 minutes before we turn it off and just begin doing a little jarring here. So right now it's 12:56. As I said, that means we got about 9 minutes if the cook time's a half hour. I'm going to flip this around. Go down, 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 down. Doesn't that look beautiful? We're doing pretty good over here right now. It is 12:58. We are going to wrap this up at 105. After, of course, giving it a taste. And then we're going to get them in a jar. All right, it is 103, 104. We are getting ready. This thing looks fantastic, I have to say. And got a minute left, so I'm going to take a taste. I'm going to take a taste here. Yeah, that looks good. So good. I mean, that on anything is going to be delicious. Oh, very well balanced. Great flavor. Not too salty. I'm digging it for sure. So what we're going to do is finish it off. We're going to finish it off with a little fresh olive oil. and that'll give it a little bit more richness, a little bit more depth. And I'm supposed to be doing here, according to the recipe, the secret recipe, 30 grams. So I'm going to kill the heat. This reads 240, so I need to go down to 210, which should be most of this. Okay, I went down to 211. All right, so I'll stir this in. Oh my God, it's so good. So freaking good it looks. Oh my God, shiny. Fucking awesome. All right, so my thought was this. I'm going to do 1 jar, unprocessed. And then I'm going to do the rest processed. So here's 1 jar. There's 1 jar unprocessed. Wipe that off. It's hot. Hot as balls. All right, now, are you ready for the zinger? Here we go. Let's get this plugged in. And let's get this out of the way so I don't knock it over with the cord. And let's blend. Blend, baby, blend. That's pretty good, I think. Holy moly. All right. Let's take a look at that on the camera. Drop this over here. Let's take a look. Hello. Hello, Mr. Smoothie. Very nice and smooth. Super smooth. Beautiful. I mean, still has the flakes of basil. I mean, you still know this is sauce. There ain't no confusing this with ketchup. Beautiful color. I think that fresh olive oil at the end really helps brighten it, create that rich orange color that, you know, looks so good. I mean, almost orangey like a vodka sauce. I mean, it's not that light, but it looks great. Looks great. So let's jar these guys. Now at this point, I'm gonna turn up my heat on my big pot because that's got to be boiling for us to sanitize or to, I don't know, whatever, process these things so that they're shelf stable. Yeah, funnel would help for sure. But I don't have a good metal funnel that's got a big thick neck, so this will do for now, sir. This is totally, totally squeezable. There's no doubt in my mind. And it's going to be just freaking delicious because the flavor's in there. I mean, the flavor is in there. All right, well, I'm going to bring this pot up to a boil. I'm going to wipe these down, put them in here, cook them for 35. And this extra, I'm put into another jar, make some pasta. Later.